race fans, here at Bristol Motor Speedway with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Let's talk about just this year in general first. You've had a little bit more speed than in years past. How does that feel?
Feels good. Anytime you start the season, better than where you left off the year before. But there's also a level of like, well, we gotta continue that growth. Like we gain speed in the off season, but then after you go through about 4 or 5 races, you don't want to slip backwards. And we have a little bit, and that's kind of the frustrating part. But all in all, it's always good to start the season with more speed than you ended the year before.
You have been known to kind of ruffle some feathers out there. You're at a point in your career, I feel like, that you can't really be nice or give up. You're going for that win. You've always been going for that win. Are you okay if people retaliate or if they don't necessarily have you as their best friend out there?
When we have good cars, I want to make sure we perform well with them. I want to run up front with them, and if that means being too aggressive for some people, then that's not my problem. That's their problem. If they don't like being aggressive, if they want to race me aggressive, that's fine. And I've had a few of them, spin me out, and I never say anything. I just go back, and the following week I'll race them hard, and that's just always been my style. If people don't pull it aside because I'm faster, that's fine too. Like, I'll work hard and I'll pass them, and I think it's their job to stay in front of me.
All right, well, speaking of personal, let's mention some of these stats. You have 2 runner-up finishes here, 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s. Last spring you finished 4th. I feel like this has to be a place that you circle every single year as
every year. I wish we could run here. Like, when the new schedule came out, I was like, are we racing Bristol like once a month? But we aren't. No, Bristol, from the very first time I came here, it was a track that I felt like our speed was good. It was really competitive and had a lot of fun. And it's a track that kind of takes your breath away, but also the harder you run the car, the faster it'll go to a point. And being aggressive on restarts and things like that suits this racetrack. And so it suits my driving style. Our cars have always been good. And like you said, I felt like last year we made an adjustment during that last pit stop, and I think it got us a little too tight. I got inside of Larson for the lead, and I was just too tight to complete the pass. And then Kyle Busch ended up beating us both. But it is a racetrack that, I can't wait to get to. This week is almost like Christmas for me.
All right, well, what are expectations for this weekend?
This weekend is...
new package?
Yeah, the
First
new
time
package.
kind of experimenting with that?
With the new package, Bristol always races the same no matter what. You gotta have your car do the same thing to be fast. You need the same out of it. And for me, the expectations are come here and win. If not a win, we need to get stage points. We need to come out of here with 30 plus points and kind of keep that good momentum we have to start the season going. We're in the top 13 in points, best points position we've been in to this point in the season, and so we want to keep that going as well. So if it's not a win, we just want to make sure we gain as many points as we can.
Well, on a lighter note and not related to the racetrack, if I mention the names Penny and Garth, what does that mean to you?
Penny and Garth are miniature Longhorns.
New additions to the family.
Yeah, new additions to the farm. So a friend of mine that always sponsored our sprint car, when I was racing in Mississippi, they sold their body shop, and they moved out on a piece of land in Mississippi, and they brought some miniature Longhorns up from Texas. And once I bought my property in North Carolina, they're like, you have to get some. And so they finally, Clint. Oh yeah, lovely. Can't edit that out, that's Clint. But they finally brought me up. Penny and Garth is what we named them. So they've been fun. They're finally getting used to coming over, eating out of the bowls when you're hanging out with them. And so they're adapting really well to their new place.
All right, well, Penny and Garth are back home on the farm. The number 17 camp has some high expectations. He's looking to take a sword back there as well.
Yes.